So last June, my sister and my niece came down to celebrate our birthdays. I'll put that link down in the description below. But some things were waking her up in the middle of the night or early in the morning. So I took my camera out with night vision, and lo and behold, we're seeing bats all over the place. Not a lot, but we're seeing bats. And of course, this disturbed my sister very much.
He slammed into the
and that's what wakes me up.
Yeah, did you see that? A bat flew right in between the bricks and the wood siding. So we had to call the exterminators, and they put these screens on here. Now the purpose of those screens was to allow the bats to leave, but make it too hard for them to come back in. They could probably get back in if they wanted to, but actually it's to discourage them so they find a new home to live in. So, if you remember, on our second day of Stephanie's birthday road trip vacation, I got stuck out here on the river because, well, I lost my keys in the river, and I didn't get to go to the bat show. So I gave all the cameras to the girls, and I said, just do what you can. But while I was out here waiting on the locksmith, and while he was working, I did see a few bats, like I showed you in the other previous video. But this is nothing compared to what you're about to see.
Look at them. That's bats.
Where they live. Here comes one.
Yeah, those are bats.
That this is a less humid environment.
Is that bats?
Like
Is it?
starting to climb out.
Yeah.
It's a opposite side.
Isn't that cool? Okay,
Well,
let's go over here.
wow.
Look, Amy. Whoa! Isn't that cool?
Everybody's in awe. Everybody's in awe. Okay, well, since they're deciding to come out early, a couple of quick words of warning. Despite the last 17 years of trying, we have not been able to potty train the back, so don't look up and open your mouth at the same time. And if you feel something crawling on your leg, look before you reach for it. If the bats do go down, they have a tendency to try to find the smallest ones that near them. And if they happen to go down near your leg, they will try to climb. Wow. I really wish they waited a few minutes. And this just entirely proves my point of better now than ever. A couple of seconds earlier. They basically do what they want when they want. I send them texts and emails trying to give them a schedule. These bats will be covering up to 35-mile radius around the cave. And within the first couple of miles, there will be aerial predators waiting to feed on them, such as that great big red-tailed hawk right there. Oh, wow. Yes, they're all those are the rebels. Non-conformant. Oh, here's another one right there. We're watching this one this weekend. The cave itself has been known since about 1790. I'll just wait.
Yeah. All right.
And if they do happen to pause, I will go ahead and get the full Hawk again. Another red-tailed hawk.
How long will the bats stay active for?
Until
Once they let out.
they could start coming back as early as 3 a.m. They could be finishing up. So, welcome to Rio Cave. We'll start with a little bit of history of the cave. The first mention of the cave that we've been able to find dates back to about 1790. That's the earliest mention. During that time, Spain and Portugal were harvesting guano from the cave and shipping that product to Europe as fertilizer. They're selling it off the docks there for $90 a ton. During the Civil War, the Confederacy had a camp here. They were actually using the metal tube over there in the rocks. That is what is left of a rotary dryer or oven. It was used to tumble dry and cook the guano as part of the process of extracting nitrate from it. Or saltpeter. That is what was used to make gunpowder. The dragonflies themselves are almost as big as bats at that stage. Absolutely nothing. Other than typically staying near the cave opening.
Where is that hawk? Ooh.
Not quite. They have good enough senses to be able to avoid that cat.
Yeah,
Or that hawk.
Oh, yeah. Somewhat. They are packed together so they're capability. But they do.
And how many of these bats will you take down for a dinner tonight? Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
They were all coming out, and all of a sudden they got spooked and they like spread apart.
God.
They're coming out of this hole over here, baby. Hey, they're coming out behind you. They're migratory. Another one. They're over here basically from spring break until about the middle. And then we're March out.
Slow down, baby. Slow down. Slow down.
While the sun's still out.
Look at them. Look at them. All just coming out. Pretty sure.
Still coming out of the hole?
Wow.
Especially without boots or any other kind of foot covering, is not going to be a pleasant experience. They find out why here at the end of this particular little section. Definitely the guano and the guano itself is one. In that guano, as it's decomposing, it's releasing a lot of heat and ammonia. So the ammonia levels down there could be as high as 2,000 parts per million. The decomposing guano and heat from it, combined with the bad cold body temperature and the summer sun basically baking the cave, mean that the internal cave temperature could be 5 to 10 degrees warmer than it is out here. In the middle of typical August, it can be up to 110 degrees down there. The ammonia levels, like I said, are about 2,000 parts per million. It becomes a problem for humans at about 26 parts. So there's enough ammonia basically in the air itself to kill you multiple times over. Various fungus growing in the guano that when you start walking through there, you start kicking up a lot of particulate and inhale that. It can cause any number of respiratory problems. Rabies is potentially airborne in the cave. But the good news there is you'd have to stay down there for 2 weeks straight in order to contract this virus just by breathing the cave air. So the ammonia will kill you long before the rabies ever has a chance to. But while we're on rabies, the rate of rabies in these bats is extremely low. So less than 1/4% of the bats will have rabies at any given point. 90% of those are never going to come out of the cave in any state to transmit or spread the virus further. Basically because of their size. They're small enough that once they start showing symptoms, typically within an hour to two, they'll be almost completely paralyzed, fall to the floor of the cave, where the final reason why you don't ever want to go down there, and if you are still crazy enough to do it, you definitely do not want to try to walk around down there without shoes. It's waiting. That is the domestic beetles. There are enough of those beetles on the floor of the cave, the floor moves, basically infested, and they're processing the guano most of the time. But any bat that falls will be completely skeletonized in 30 minutes or less. Wow. And if you happen to be walking around down there without boots, they will start working on your feet pretty quickly. Oh, yeah. You guys got the market at least for content. Well, this is crazy. I mean, going out on the bridge or under the bridge, you don't get too close. They don't fly out the door. Yeah, this is pretty much the location.
Back door. They're coming out the door.
Is like NCIS or one of those detective shows, first 48 hours, ever showed up with like a vaccine thing? You know, I mean, you said that they can sum up a body in 48 hours.
NCIS, CSI.
Oh, okay, so it's not so much the match, but it's a byproduct of
right. Bones. There's various times there's various crews on there are dumping a body into a big vat. Dumping the needle over them.
I'm Francis Kiefel, and I approved this video.